All right then. Welcome back to
Okay.
the Lore, folks. More awkward silence during the break between me and Eric. We're probably gonna have to go see a shrink to iron out our differences. A lot of awkwardness. America, restart the clock. How many we got left?
You're in 10 seconds, you're gonna hit 51. So you got
I'm going
49
to.
left.
Holy fuck!
Three, two, one. Drink 49 left.
Scotty, you sticking with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be lying.
I'm not, sadly.
All right, so Ben, tell us your what's up next for Ben Halcom here in e wrestling.
Well, I'm going to be taking the eWrestling blog and expanding it to. It's still going to be out of character, but it's going to be more of a resource side as well as more blogs, more pieces. And I am starting on iOS applications for eWrestling, starting with the eWrestling blog. And as soon as I have that down pat, I'm going to get with you and see if we can get into the backbone of the house side a little bit to possibly make an iOS app for it. And
Which will be
I'm just kind of
badass.
expand. Basically, I'm gonna do like I did when I'm gonna basically do like when I first bought a wrestling magazine.
Drink.
Except for
Man, Ben, you're breaking up like
not
Tom
crazy
Cruise and Katie Holmes right now.
buying up all my competition and
Yeah, I was about to ask.
and trying my
breaking up
best
for me,
forums, etc.
Ben, you broke up terribly right there. Can I call your cell phone straight up without calling the Skype account?
Can you hear me now?
Mm-mm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Call. Do you still have the old number?
Yeah, I got your cell number. You want me to call it?
Have the 210. Yeah, call the 210 number. I don't have the 465 number on me.
All right, DM it to me and I'll call it.
How many phones do you have?
He stole a lot of them.
Ben's got Boost Mobile, Straight Talk.
Jumping that,
Where you at, dog? We got the whole city behind you.
working for the FWO.
Drink.
Doing big things.
I'm getting Travis's coffee for him. I'm really cool.
Oh God.
Giles, that's your boy right there.
What's that?
Uh-huh.
I said Ben's your boy.
He is my boy. That's why I talk about him like that.
He did warn me though that I could not talk about his wife because she would be within earshot. So
My wife's right here, and she's not complaining. So
I know she's not because deep down inside she's like, damn, he really does want to taste a little bit of the warm milk, even though it's disgusting. Dude, if she's lactating, Giles, that means she's just preggo. That means you can nut in that all night long, all night, all night.
Is it
Right.
like coming out like curdled cheese or?
he's singing to you, hon.
Yes.
Internet radio style. This will get like 13 to 14 views.
Minimum. Minimum. Dude, because I'm going to hit refresh at least 12 times.
So 20 max.
Hey, I will kill a small African village in the name of HOW. I'm all about it.
You know, Shane Reynolds still refreshes on this just to see if he's mentioned.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He's proud of that search being back, dude.
Shades Reynolds.
Shane, Elmo.
What happened with Kostov?
Elmo.
I can't go into that.
OOC issues.
Yeah, I will just say that if anybody's been listening to Horror Talk to him recently in the last 6 months, they kind of know what was kind of brewing, and it hit the head. So, to be honest with you, I really don't think Kostov's retiring. I think Kostov's going to need a long break, get his real life sorted, and then after that, I think he'll be back in HOW. But
That sucks.
I don't think anybody.
Oh, I hated to see him go.
Drink.
I don't think anybody ever really retires.
Nah. It's just it's one of those. It was shocking because he was one of the guys who was like never gone.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those Ric Flair retirements.
It's like
Woo!
your
Take care of
uncle, your
Take care
uncle
of the
died.
wife. Take care of the wife, and Yeah.
He's sort of like the HOW Undertaker.
Well,
He'll be back.
he will be. I have no doubt in my mind. Well, since we're talking about Kostov, let's talk about it. He did announce today that he's retiring. I personally don't think he is retiring. I think he's just got a lot of shit that he's got to get settled, and he just can't do what he wants to do right now. Trust me, this is Kostov time of year. He was taking on Mike, but then you got Rumble at the Rock. That's Kostov. You want to talk about Taker being at WrestleMania, Kostov at Rumble at the Rock, and the HOC Rumble at the Rock, or Prison Yard match? That's his deal.
I know I can't book Kostov now at the paper.
Dude, Kostov's one of those dudes that
No, we got 2 months, so or 3
it would
months.
never matter if you won or lost a match, ever.
Yeah.
And he's been at this point. He's been like 1 in like 300, I think, in the last 2 years. It doesn't fucking matter.
I remember compiling his record and just wanting to alter it so it was positive.
America, what's your memories of Mr. Chris Kostov and your thoughts about the handler and the character?
Kostov was like the guy who was a locker room leader without wanting to be one or actively seeking it. He was our voice of reason. He was the anchor, I guess, of HOW. He's been here, drink. He was there. I really encountered him in my time in SSE, and then when I transitioned to HOW, and he, like everybody else, transitioned to HOW. I didn't get him at first. I didn't understand, why does this guy keep losing? Why does he keep getting these high-profile matches? I just don't get it. And after a while, you get it. He's almost the perfect handler. He doesn't care about his characters' wins and losses. He cares about having fun. He'll provide you the feedback, while other people are busy playing, the latest video game, and that's why they no-showed. Kostov is,
Townsend.
in the hospital next to, somebody dying, and he's typing it out on his BlackBerry.
Townsend.
Fuck you, I have not no-showed what.
Townsend. I caught you playing a mushroom game on
Yeah, and
PlayStation.
I got 8 role plays up.
But yeah,
I'm
so
just saying, whatever.
Townsend, Kostov is he is the true epitome of Hall of Famer, and I am privileged to have known.
Townsend, your
Yeah.
thoughts on the guy that's total opposite of what you are?
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a shame to see him retire, because you always feel like you could work with a billion guys and it would still be a billion great feuds, I guess for my part, I'm just glad I got to work with him, pretty soon after I came in with Townsend at Rumble at the Rock. I am proud that I jobbed that match, and I don't know why, but I am. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want me to say? He's great. I'm sad he's gone. I don't know, I've been fucking drinking and smoking weed, and I'm pretty drunk. And
He's like, I'm emotional. I don't want to cry on the air. It's like, fuck, man.
I promised myself I wouldn't do this.
I gotta go play this Mushroom Wars. I gotta spore out my mushrooms.
Fire up the PlayStation and concentrate on something nice.
Giles, what do you know about Kostov and your thoughts about him as the big man leaves HOW?
I know he fucked me in a match.
That's Cancer Giles, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on.
Who's coughing like they're just smoked a twig?
No, I figured he's a good dude. It sucks that he, got it.
Whatever, dude. We're moving on. Scooter, what are your thoughts about Mr. Old Kostov?
Kostov. Oh. As I sort of I said a little bit online to him already.
Drink.
Fuck you.
Yeah, really. Fuck you, America.
60 in, 40 left.
When I first came to HOW, he was pretty much the main guy I feuded with for a couple months. And it's why I loved HOW so much right off the bat. I mean, I had so much fun feuding with Kostov. Those are some of my favorite matches. The match at Iconic with him, it's
Who's smoking the seeds? Just
That's
gagging
Giles.
them?
That's so Giles.
Giles, what's going on, dude?
That's my crazy wife, to be honest with you.
Dude, what are you guys doing? Shotguns and she can't handle it?
Wow, we're smoking that
Trying to
seat.
have like a serious moment, and I get you.
Yeah, Scotty was getting emotional. I got you over there fucking. You guys can't even handle your fucking dirt weed that you bought from the douchebag around the corner. Huh.
Anyhow,
And
my
drink.
match cost
Ugh.
That's cock.
iconic. It's probably it's still probably one of my best ones in HOW. The House of Pain one. But Kostov's one of those characters that HOW is like built around. Kostov and Lee and Max, and yeah, like those are the three that I think that HOW has been built around, like from the start of at least this era. And to see Kostov leaves, it's a little sad, but I'm sure he'll be back and we'll beat the shit out of each other once again.
Mr. Maximilian Kale, your thoughts, sir, about Mr. Kostov, fellow Hall of Famer, and one that has the dirtiest looking hair of any poser I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, three of them Reds.
Dude,
Why did always
Kostov
be a
looks-
competition between you and Kostov?
Drink.
yeah.
I need to beat him in everything. Everything.
You just need to beat your dick like it owes you money and just shut the fuck up. Dave Chappelle.
No response. Go ahead.
So,
And Max Kill, go.
Kostov,
Ugh.
he's like I said, he's a
Bloated.
pillar. A lot of How's feuds, of all the How feuds, I would say Kostov versus Lee is the most enduring, and it is one of the central themes that usually kickstarted How in this era. For those of you who can remember the storyline, when How started, Lee had a child,
Be me.
and that
Drink.
child was potentially linked to Kostov.
Potentially.
And they had this huge feud when the first opened up about this kid and the ramifications of the feud between Lee and Kostov, which was Kostov accidentally killing said kid
Push the kid off the fucking stage.
because he thought it was Lee's.
Yes. Anger.
And that was like the first one, and that was the groundbreaker for a lot of people that first joined How to like how fucked up How can be sometimes.
We will kill babies.
Lee will kill babies for ratings.
Yes. My kid was like 6 months old at the time when we did that.
And that was pretty hardcore. And for most people, after they saw it, they're like, "Fuck it, Kostov could lose 100 matches in a row. I still want him near my kid." Dude,
Drink.
it's been amazing. Just watching him and How he is durable. He is a rock of Gibraltar. No matter what he gets thrown into, no matter what feud, he will go into it. He will give it everything he can with the limited resources he has. He went like a year with just his phone.
Yeah.
Um,
RPing from a crackberry.
Like that's not only dedication, but that's someone who really has a passion. And it's so sad to see that gone because Kostov he's like this is the Rock of Gibraltar, and like no matter what happens, if Lee can book Kostov will show up for it, hell or high water. And he's been in How through a lot of personal problems for himself, and which should tell you how serious the matter is. But on top of that, he really does use it as an outlet, and you can really see in a lot of his role plays. Kostov's just such a durable character, and no matter what happens, whether it's throwing Lee off like a building, or just like causing
Drink.
general mayhem with like Scottywood stuff, he's just that guy in How. And it's like I said, it's like losing an uncle because he was here before I came, and so he was old for me. Well, I mean, like he had a legacy
He
before
was.
I even started here. So
He was my third hire
yeah, like
ever.
He's
Like, a lot of
old
people-
guard.
yeah, well he is. He is like the last. He was the last of the old guard aside from Lee. And like I said, he was a veteran and Hall of Famer before I ever stepped in. Like before I was even a part of How. So like and the fact that he stayed through it all, that's really impressive. And I would love to see him come back. Like I said, it's like losing an uncle or something, someone that like
not a Greystone uncle.
not a Greystone uncle. But it's like losing somebody that like you were friends with, close with, and now suddenly you have to get over to the fact that they're not going to be around anymore. Kostov won't be talking smack on the boards anymore. Kostov won't be leaving feedback anymore. He won't be running ideas past people anymore, and it's really sad. It's very, very, very sad, and it's a loss for the HOW community.
It is, and let me tell you about this. Me and Kostov have been through the ringer. We started HOW in 2001, 2002. Him, Jatstar, Splinter, Bad Boy Pat, and Minicle were my first hires. Minicle was the first world champion. Female handling a dude was our first champion. Jatstar started like 0-4. Kostov came in with the Overkill. El Nutso won the first tag team titles. But the first time I started working with Kostov, Barbie was involved. And I hit up Barbie OOC wise. I'm like, look, I want you to screw Kostov. We're about to have war games. I need you to screw him over, but don't tell him. Don't tell him. So the first war games we had Barbie screw Chris in because Mark O'Neill won the first war games. I was trying to figure out a finish that would be worth a fuck. So I hit up Barbie. I'm like, hey, what if you screwed Chris? Because he finished second. And she just do it. I won't tell him, just do it. And he had legit no idea what was going to happen. And Barbie came out, hit him with a steel pipe, knocked him out. It was so gay. And then fucking O'Neill won the world title for it. And Kostov like hit me up. He's like, did you talk to my wife behind my back? I'm like, yeah. He was only e-fetting though. There was no cookies, no butter, nothing like that. And he was cool as fuck with it. And he goes, that's badass. And from that moment, 2002, all the way through now, anytime we do something, he's been in the know, or he just says, look, I trust you. And sometimes he'll be like, I want to be surprised. Just do whatever you're going to do. I trust you. Just do it. And there's been a lot of times Kostov has no fucking idea. Ugh. What I'm going to do. Like me having him beat the fuck out of me and causing Lee to lose like almost an eye or do whatever he is. He has no idea. He just trusts me. So Kostov, we talk once a week, if not more. We'll continue to talk once a week or not more. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be back. No doubt. But, like Max said, for him to say the words retirement and all that other shit, you guys should know how serious shit is for him to walk away. He went through his whole, parents dying and was still role playing. He went through this whole thing with Barbie before, just kept role playing. So for this to happen, it was big time. Big time. So let's face it, real life is more important than anything we'll ever do on the internet in terms of, dude, you need to slow your fucking roll.
Just for convenience sake, we're at 69.
Holy kerfuck. 69. That reminds me the first time I said, Lee, my balls are in your wife's throat best. Something about Barbie Kostov. Oh, way to bring it around. But Kostov's one of those dudes, dude. You build a Fed around. We've been closed. We've been hacked. I shut it down. Every time we reopen, boom, Kostov, I'm in. And like I told him back in 2000, what was it, 7 or 8, when we started this era back up? I'm like, this is it, big man. If it lasts 3 months or 20 years, this is it. He goes, let's do it. So, where we're at now is a testament to him. Dude, if you look at the roster, and America will be fired after this.
You take such a dangerous position when you agree to be timekeeper.
I volunteer every time.
if you look at
the hatred.
If you look at our roster, the main core that's ever left and come back, they've always come back more than once. There's a few people that I think that burned a few bridges with me that will never come back. and I think Kostoff could show up at my house, throw me through the window, throw my children through the window, and then drink all my beer, and I'd still let him come back. So Kostoff's in a very safe place with me, and when the time is right, I have full expectations of him coming back. Doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But that's where I'm at with it, so.
Drink.
And I'll tell you one thing, I would take 9 million Kostoffs on a roster as opposed to 9 million fucking great role players who are just douchebags. I would build a Fed around Kostoffs before I build a Fed around some douchebag that wins every title, this or that. You see this all the time where I don't give a fuck about your role playing. I really don't. I could give two shits about how good of a role player Townsend is. How good is Max Kale? I really don't give a fuck. It's about the OOC environment. Because at this point in my life, I really don't have the time to babysit or iron out differences because my character wasn't protected. I don't give a fuck about your character. Are you going to be a good OOC guy? You're going to make this a hobby for me, or are you going to make it a job? If you're going to make it for a job for me, I'll get rid of you. And last time we had any issues, I did that Wednesday, I call it Wednesday wreckage,
Drink.
where I fired everybody and their fucking mother that I had a problem with.
Yeah, that was a Black Wednesday. It was
Yes, so I
Chris
don't give.
was kept
I don't
very
give,
busy.
The role playing is for you guys to compete. You're competing. For me as an owner, I'm only keeping people that I'm cool with OOC wise. Sometimes I'll work you guys. Sometimes I'll have fun with playing with your emotions just to keep you on edge. Or like Townsend, I won't talk to him for like 3 months. He's like, I don't know why he's mad at me. I just don't understand. Or like Mike, I'll block him on Twitter. He's like, why is he blocking me? I get embossed all the time. Fuck this. It's fun for me because I don't role play anymore, so I do have to swerve the roster.
Is that why I kept losing to David Black?
No, just because you suck compared to David Black. That's why. David Black owns you.
I know. Drink.
It's so sad, but it's true.
This is what I'm booking for Rumble the Rock right now.
But that's for me. I don't give a fuck about role playing. If you're a good role player on top of being a good dude, so be it. But if you look at it, everybody that's in HOW, that has been in HOW for a long period of time, not only are they good people OOC-wise, but they fucking can bring it roleplay-wise. Nobody likes to lose. You guys are taking time out of your days to spend 2 hours or whatever it is to write a roleplay. You don't want to fucking lose.
That's it.
I can write a roleplay in 2 hours.
I wish they took 2 hours.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wrote war games in, what was it, 6 hours?
Okay, writing a match and writing a role play are two completely different things.
No.
It does both.
Not for me, it's not.
It definitely is. As
Yeah.
a match, I can bust
Role plays are infinitely easier for me than matches.
What?
No,
me,
I
it
can,
is.
I can,
No.
I
Well,
can
here's
churn out
the
a
thing,
thermal
Scotty.
match in, like,
Here's
half
the
an
thing,
hour.
here's-
Drink.
Dude, you're
Here's
talking
the-
about summarized matches for HOW though, Townsend. I'm talking about like war games matches.
Here's why match writing and role playing is very close to the same thing. When you're role playing, you're simply making a story with traditional methods
Ugh.
for your character to be interesting. When you're match writing, you're doing the same thing, but instead of having to tell a story the conventional way, you have to tell a story with a match. And the match has to be unique, and the match has to be interesting to read. You
Yeah.
can just string moves together and be like, I've got a match done. Boom. I kind of use the personalities of the wrestlers. But to actually write a match that captures not only the wrestlers and what the role play was about, it's like deconstructing a role play. It's very hard.
You would have had to read the role plays, douchebag.
I don't do that.
Well, yeah, that doesn't happen either. But
I honestly, I haven't read a role play by anybody else in a long time just because.
See, that's why when I write matches, there's not a lot of chain wrestling because I know. Okay, America was so gay, he wanted his ankle to
Yeah.
be tested during his role plays.
Gotta test the ankle.
Yes, I knew Jace Parker Davidson wanted to use a chair, of all things, a chair for his weapons. I knew, those were my notes for war games, but I had read every role play, so I knew what was going on.
I want
To me, role playing is infinitely easier than writing matches. For me personally, it might not be the same for everybody, but for me personally, it is.
Writing summarized matches is easy. I think role plays are next, and then I think pay-per-view match writing is.
America, next year you're writing war games.
No, I'm not. I think I wrote Sector versus Greystone Buried Alive, and I took like a week on that, and I wanted to kill myself after that.
I had to write an whole roster battle royale.
Yeah.
For how? You want to talk about pain? I had to look. I had to open up all the windows with all the roster tabs and like look at moves and be like, all right, who has unique moves? How can they use them? How heavy is this guy? Will this be difficult? For like an entire roster, it took me like 3 hours of like painstaking writing. And thankfully it came out well, but it was the most awful, brain-sucking thing I've ever done in my life.
No, and that's why I'm saying, if I have such a problem writing Greystone versus Sector, I cannot imagine having to write more than 2 people in a pay-per-view match. I would quit. I would probably quit. I would try to buy the Fed again and close it down, so I wouldn't have to write it.
America, why do you keep trying to fucking close this Fed down?
He's trying to avoid his destiny.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid having to be put in charge of anything.
It's gonna happen at some point.
No, it's not.
I have inventory coming up. You know you're gonna have to do a show then.
You're like this gigantic 7'9" son.
Dude, last time I did inventory, I'm like, dude, you guys we had to switch to what was it, Monday?
Mm.
Man, I'm like, dude, you guys are gonna have to post a show for me. Or America, you're in charge. Let's fuck with everybody. America was in charge for a week.
I remember this. I remember this.
A week.
Yeah.
Fake. He wasn't even in charge. He was just fake in charge for a week.
But everyone thought he was.
Yes, and his brain exploded.
I got PMs from Shane Reynolds. I got PMs from like everybody. Like, what are we doing? How's this gonna go? And then I'm like, oh, Lee's gonna be grading role plays, but they're gonna think that I'm the one that's grading role plays, and then they're gonna bitch at me because they don't agree with how I did it versus how Lee did it.
I remember I wrote a big post of being extremely critical of America as soon as Lee left, and like everyone was like, "Yeah, we're gonna quit." It was awful. It was terrible. I remember that now. I think I was in the know, but I did it up for like...
You were trying to amp it up.
Yeah. And it got crazy. I remember that because Lee called me. He's like, America wants to quit.
It was the most stressful. I think I also had like contract negotiations I had to do,
yes.
And Jat Star asked for like double what the highest paid person was, and I just basically said no, and he's like, I'll leave, and I go, great, I've already had 2 other people leave. You making this won't make a difference to me, and he's like, oh, fine, 2,000.
I remember his contract was like something absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, he wanted like $4,000 to $10,000, while the highest paid was like 2,000.
And I think he wanted like a pony and like a bunch of other random things.
Yes. So that is why I don't run a Fed, and that is why I am stressed out right now just thinking about running a Fed.
You have a rash right now, don't you?
I'm breaking out. Yes. Drink.
If you ever have to then hand it over to someone, hand it over to me. Or like,
dude, when I go, HW goes. You guys can start.
He told everyone he's gonna blow it up.
I'm gonna blow the motherfucker up. I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers, and then you know what you can do? You can open another Fed. You're not running HW.
Higher octane wrestling.
Fuck that shit. When How goes, I'm done.
We'll call it How tribute.
Yeah.
It'll be How question mark.
All right, let's take a quick break. We're hitting the 30-minute mark. When we come back, we need to talk about the Best Studios Championship. Good idea, bad idea.
That was like 2 segments ago.
We didn't talk about it, though. Every time I ask a question and I give a tease, we come back, we don't talk about it.
Because Giles.
Oh, Lee, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
From this website, can you access all the pre-website pay-per-views and role plays, or do you have those saved somewhere?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Oh, I can't because this is a new website. Do we still have all the old stuff from the other website, the
yes.
Gray website? We still have that.
Yes, we do.
Nice.
And Evan Ward did an amazing job putting all those into a zip file for me. all the results and everything. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, if you need anything from any of the old shows looked up, shows not role plays, I'm quite happy to go and have a dig for you.
Okay.
So yeah, we do have that. So
I was
We're
because
get-
I was
by the
trying
way,
to look
we are
up.
closing. We're closing in on show 300
Yeah.
of this era.
700 more shows will be equal to WWE.
Yeah,
The
technically,
longest
right?
running weekly episodic EFED out there.
I think it is actually. I bet we are. I bet we are.
I wouldn't put that past.
Because I'll tell you what, if you take out all the angle feds
Drink.
that do it once a month, or the roleplay feds that do it bi-weekly, take them out, we kill them all. There's no one even close. I don't know. I don't.
Not
think
only
so.
that, but we've had one show up late.
And that was the one I moved back a day.
Yeah, you moved it back a day. But
Yeah.
like it wasn't like the show never went up. It was you let everyone know that it was going to be a day later.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a Fed that's lasted longer than a year with having something late, unannounced late.
Now, how did the original HOW do with it? Like, how long did it go without any fuck ups?
A long time, dude.
Wow.
We started in October. And we went for a long time, and then Eric Winthrow, God rest his soul, I hope he's dead, hacked us
Wow.
and shut us down.
Intro.
Bobby Carey can let you know about him.
Wasn't that
And
her
drink.
friend?
Yes, he lived with her. Oh, he owes her money. He
Wow.
owes Eric Burns money. So, yeah.
Wow.
We'll be right back, folks. I gotta get a beer now. Talking about that fucking gay fag.
All right, we're paused.
Not yet.
I Skyped Carrie. See if she'll answer me.
Ask
Let's
Carrie if she wants to
see.
be on the whore.